Good morning, everyone. Brian here again with BMK Retro Gaming, as always. Not too much going on this morning, just another little unboxing video. This should be the last one for a bit. I don't have anything coming again until probably late next week. Anyway, this package came to me from Jason E. Mogler, I'm not sure. Mogler in Hudson, Florida. It's a little bit of an interesting one with this package because I ordered it shortly after I'd moved into this new apartment and hadn't looked very well on the before hitting place order on eBay, where I got this from him, and it was accidentally addressed to my old address, and one of my old addresses, and with no apartment or box number, so it ended up being undeliverable. But I talked to the post office, and they agreed to hold it for me for a bit. They ended up, without me realizing, it had been held by, the main postmaster, the supervisor there. So even when I went about a week ago to go ahead and check on it, it couldn't be found in the stack that was set to be sent back or from the one for the carrier for that route because it wasn't in there. And anyway, they ended up holding on to it for a little, around a week. Let's see, I tried to check on it 1 week ago today, actually, on Thursday. Couldn't find it. I also didn't have my, I just gotten my driver's license renewed that Wednesday and only have my temporary. Didn't even have it with me as I was not really planning to stop in. I was just going to the Kroger across the street to get some French roast coffee. One of my favorites. French roasted or Columbia blend in Kroger's own little store brand is among my favorites. I like a medium to dark roast coffee. Not too strong, but not too weak either. And so I didn't have that, and I didn't have the tracking number with me, so he couldn't find it. And again, it wasn't in the stack that he would be looking for anyway. It was in the supervisor's office. A Miss Pamble, as it goes. Anyway, then I went Tuesday. I'd seen a message from my seller wondering if he was ever going to get the package returned or if I was ever going to get it. So I looked, and the tracking showed that it hadn't moved anywhere at all. So on a hunch, I called the post office back, talked to the supervisor, Miss Pamble, and inquired about it. And sure enough, it had been sitting there for about a week, and she let me know we're not really supposed to hold them, but yeah, so we had been, and it was getting sorted, and I don't know what she means by this, but cleaned up and was getting ready to be sent back out. And asked me if I could come pick it up that day, and I said, yes, ma'am, it's a long walk from where I am now, but I will make sure to be in today to get it. So I did, and got it on Tuesday. It has a sticker saying customer will pick up. I'm not sure if y'all can see that in pink, and it even has the return to sender label here. And my incorrect old address and everything. Anyway, what it is it was nicely wrapped. I kind of tore the wrapping a bit, but I keep it in it because it's a little extra protection. In here, we have a protective case. Yes, Mr. Jason sent it with a protective overcase. It's a CIB complete box copy of the Atari VCS 2600 Burger Time port from M Network. Mattel's label. Forgetting that these, like a lot of Intellivision games, you have to open from the bottom. I actually tried to open it from the top and then the bottom because you get the cartridge out at the bottom. So yes, I did open it. Look, my philosophy is, doesn't matter if it's CIB or not, these games were made and meant to be played with. So to me, there's no real point in actually just letting it sit there, looking pretty as a piece of collection, CIB or not. What's the point in getting the game if you're not going to get it out and play it, to me? So yes, I opened a CIB game. So we can see there's not much of anything wrong with it. As had been advertised and all, there's this one corner right here that is a little bit bent up. Other than that, it's in perfect condition. And I, of course, as I usually do, went ahead and got it got it set up, play tested, and it works just fine. A little confusing at first because you have to have your difficulty switches set in a particular position for it to actually move and appear to be playing. But anyway, that was what I got. It cost me a little over $65 before shipping, handling, and tax, so it was a bit expensive, but for a CIB box copy, it's going to be. I'm well aware this is one of the lesser regarded ports of Burger Time, with maybe the port for the Mattel Aquarius home computer being considered to be somewhat less regarded than even this one, but this is a perfectly good playable game. It's a bit different than Burger Time on some of the other ports like ColecoVision and Intellivision, but it is perfectly playable. You have to have more patience with it, but yeah, it's pretty decent. Doesn't look like much in some ways. Plays a bit rougher, but I managed to get all the way to screen 2 on playtesting, so yeah, it's still a pretty good playable game. You just have to get used to it. And Burger Time is Burger Time. It's good, however. Anyway, this will be coming up for review at some point in the future. I just wanted to show you guys what I got. And yes, you can think less of me or whatever for opening a CIB box game or not. I really don't care. Like I said, they were made and meant to be played with, so that's what I'm going to do. I didn't buy this to resell it or anything. I bought it for my own personal copy. It's actually kind of a funny story because I was getting a bit frustrated, you know, since I tried to get a loose copy of the game from a seller on Mercari at one earlier point. Never heard back from them. Didn't get a refund or anything like that. Don't know if the seller may have been a victim of the COVID pandemic or whatever, but nothing ever happened with that one. And then I'm like, well, now I've got a CIB complete copy that's supposed to be coming in. I know I goofed up and made a mistake not checking well enough to see that I had the right address on there, which is, you know, a mistake almost anyone can make, especially when you're moving into a new place and shopping online. You know, it's simple enough to overlook whether or not you've got the right address selected. Funny how they'd had it as an incomplete address, though. But, yeah, I was like, yeah, if I don't get this one, I'm going to be really, really upset. But fortunately, you know, at the post office, they still had it, and I was able to get it before it got sent back or anything else like that. So a big thank you to Mr. Jason for having gotten it out to me, because this is one I really wanted to make sure I got. And it is indeed a very nice copy of the game. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys how that little pickup package that arrived. It's certainly one of the nicer ones I've gotten in recent times. A big shout out to my Atari 2600 Facebook group. Love you guys. Y'all should be getting this video before too long. And if you enjoy my channel's content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And please don't hesitate to leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comments section below. You guys take care. Have a nice Thursday. And I should see everyone again on Sunday, as I have a little Atari VCS 2600 prototype review video coming out then. So I'll see you guys then.